Tom and Darcy have had a tumultuous relationship throughout season 3. It took Tom until nearly the final episode to tell Darcy he loved her, and the two often bickered over Darcy's twin dynamic with her sister Stacy. Tom also felt like Darcy was too emotional, and he wasn't necessarily wrong as Darcy broke down crying in almost every episode she featured on this season. Although it was clear Darcy was head over heels crazy about her English beau, Tom's hesitance about his relationship with Darcy doesn't bode well for their future together. Even though Tom gave Darcy a house key before she flew back to America, we don't believe Darcy and Tom will last much longer. Promos for tonight's episode sees the two arguing about how often she messages him, so it doesn't look too promising. Avery and Omar, TLC's first Muslim couple featured on the 90-day franchise, were obviously quite smitten with each other from the very beginning. Avery traveled to Lebanon to meet Omar in person, and the two ended up tying the knot while Avery was visiting. Aside from a few small arguments, the couple was relatively drama-free throughout their time on the show. Unfortunately, the reality couple has been facing some obstacles regarding Omar's visa to come to the US. Their immigration attorney told Avery that he might have a hard time getting approved for a visa due to the travel ban on Syria, so the fate of their future together has been uncertain over the last few episodes. Avery has made it very clear that she is willing to move to Omar's home country of Syria if he can't get a US visa, so it appears the couple is willing to do whatever it takes to be together. Although we have some concern that Omar might be using Avery for a visa, we believe their relationship is fairly strong, so we predict the couple will last beyond the show. One of this season's fairly volatile couples, Tim and Jennifer, have done almost nothing but argue and fight throughout the entire season of the show. Not only was Jennifer uncomfortable with the unusually close relationship Tim has with his ex-fiancée Veronica, she questioned Tim's sexuality and asked him if he was gay because he struggled to make a move on her after arriving in Colombia. Although the couple planned to finally have sex the night before Tim left to go back to America, Jennifer ended up falling asleep, so the two never got the chance to sleep together while he was visiting. Although we believe the two have genuine feelings for each other, we think Jennifer might be too much of a spitfire for Tim to handle. She is a fierce and fiery woman who knows what she wants, and he just appears to be too timid for her. They might try to make it work for a while longer, but we don't believe the couple will last in the end. Caesar and Maria's relationship, if you can call it that, has been one of the most talked about storylines of the season. Poor Caesar has been pining after his Ukrainian girlfriend for nearly 5 years, and still hasn't met her in person. Although he has tried on several occasions to meet up with Maria, she has continued to cancel at the last second, or the plans happen to just fall through. She also broke his heart after she split up with him while he was in Mexico waiting for her arrival, so their relationship has clearly been one of the most confusing, questionable relationships of the season. Although the two appeared to get back together during last week's episode, Caesar also admitted that he has sent her nearly $2,000 since they started talking again, which further establishes our suspicion that she is using him for his money. Caesar was ready to book a flight to Ukraine to meet Maria after he returned from Mexico, and it's unclear at this time if that ever happened, but we don't believe it did. He's too busy sending her money to afford his own flight. We definitely don't think this couple will last much longer, but if they do, we hope Caesar will wise up in the near future and realize that she isn't the soulmate he believes she is and move on. Rebecca and Zeid's relationship took a rocky turn earlier this season when Rebecca finally revealed that she was still technically married to her Moroccan ex-husband. Zeid didn't take the news very well and ended up taking off on an ATV in the middle of the Sahara Desert, so their future together looked a little uncertain at that time. Luckily, Zeid gave Rebecca the chance to explain her side of the story, and he eventually caved and forgave her, although he was still unhappy and felt like she betrayed him. Although the couple faced a few challenges throughout their time on the show, including Rebecca's boldness for showing off her tattoos in Tunisia, we believe that the two have a genuine connection and will be able to make things last after the show wraps up. Zeid often gushes about how much he loves Rebecca, and the two are clearly very smitten with each other. He even bought an engagement ring for Rebecca, so we think they'll stay together in the end. Benjamin and Akinyi are another couple that were fairly drama-free throughout this season of the show. Benjamin traveled to Kenya to meet his lady love in person and had to suffer through a very intimidating bride price ceremony with her family to ask for her hand in marriage. Benjamin also had to deal with her overbearing brother when he first arrived in Kenya, so he has definitely faced a few challenges to be with Akinyi. Luckily Akinyi's father accepted Benjamin's bride offer during the ceremony, although he has to continue to make payments in the future, so the two were technically married in Kenya. Although Akinyi seemed a bit nervous about being a stepmother to Benjamin's son, we think she will make a great role model after they apply for her visa and she heads to the US. We also believe these two will stay together. Angela and Michael are veterans to the 90-day franchise, so fans should already be somewhat familiar with their brand of chaos. The reality couple has faced many ups and downs throughout their 2-year relationship, and have continued to bring even more drama to the show this season. The couple has been dealing with fertility issues this time around due to Angela's age. Since Angela only has one viable egg left in her body, Angela and Michael are facing an uphill battle when it comes to figuring out how to start a family. Although the two are kind of a hot mess and often argue and fight on the show, they appear to be committed enough to try for a child, and since they've already put up with each other for a few years before this season, we feel like the two will stick it out and stay together for a while longer. Who do you think made it and found their happily ever after in the end, and who do you think called it quits after filming wrapped up, or will break up in the near future? Take our poll below. Tune in tonight, October 27th, and tomorrow, October 28th at 8/7 on TLC to catch the 2-part finale episode of 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days to see how everything plays out for the reality couples. Also, don't forget to check out this author's profile for all of your 90 Day Fiancé coverage, and more.